Okie doke. I'm attempting some kind of podcast experiment. So, I wonder what I should talk about. I think that's the most difficult thing. I'm probably gonna cut out the first 10 minutes of this because I think it takes that long to figure out what you're gonna talk about. I want to talk about like Marvel and DC and those movies, like how well they actually do. But it's gonna take me just doing this at first. It's a very nice background. This is where I live. I still haven't used this as like production value in any film I've done. I make films, by the way, in case nobody knew. Well, anyway, you should have seen it like the last week. There's these walkways and stuff, but it was totally flooded. There were ducks swimming everywhere. We have a bunch of ducks by the lake, and it's like, this is our time. I'm recording this on a Tascam. A little Tascam recorder for the sound. For the camera, I'm using a Sony XFS 100. It's been a pretty good week. Went to morning service each day. The bad thing was I took a nap as soon as I got home. There was a while where after morning service I just go and study for like a couple hours. And it always gets so much better when I study Korean, by the way. I always get so much better even when I've just started to study for a week. It's crazy how much progress I make. And then I go a week without studying and I lose a lot of progress. But even after a couple weeks, I'm always surprised by how much still retain. I know some people function on 5 or 6 hours of sleep. I kind of feel like I ought to do that. I think if just for a month I skipped going home and taking a nap, if I studied right after that, I think my retention rate would be so much better. I've got to be better at that. I think if I did that for a month, things would be better for me. I think I need to work on conjunctions though. Conjunctions. Yeah, I would try to speak Korean, and one guy said, you speak pretty good, but you've got to work on like joining different sentences together. I guess that's something I struggle with. And I keep saying, oh, I'm going to get to it, but I want to say this week I really will. I'm going to be going out of town on Friday. But still, I'm going to try to study even when I'm out of town. I'm still going to go to morning service on Friday. Still try to have breakfast afterwards. I'll probably have to leave relatively soon because I think it takes maybe, let's see, it doesn't take necessarily 10 hours to get out of from San Antonio to Oklahoma. But still, I gotta start studying again. Oh, it's funny. Like, a month or so that I was studying really intently, I felt really peaceful. And then maybe a month or so afterwards, I just felt like anxious. And I wasn't able to tolerate sort of the little things that get on my nerves. I'm like, what's going on? And then I studied for a little bit, and I don't know, I felt better. Maybe that's something I need to do, or maybe that's a reason why I need to study more. Oh, got a text message. I wonder who it's from. Oh. Let's see. Let's see. Oh. Gee. Anyway, it's been raining a lot this week and it's just felt very tiring. Yeah. I wonder if the first 10 minutes has passed, because I don't feel totally in my element for like speaking and stuff. Let's see. Haha. Friend of mine got engaged. That's cool. Let's see. Huh. Didn't know that there was such a thing as a white giraffe. It's got like no spots at all and it's totally blank. Thought it was a giant whooping crane for a moment. I don't know how much of a vlog this is, given that well, right now I'm basically just checking Facebook and commenting on it. But then again, watching somebody play a video game and making comments, that's apparently a thing, which I still sort of don't understand. Oh. Apparently the first photos for Joaquin Phoenix's The Joker got released, and somebody doctored a photo of him to look more like the Joker. Let's see. There's this thing called Mic Me. It's a recording thing. It's this really nifty, like, sort of pocket recorder. I think it works better than a Zoom, but I would probably also use it for some sort of like boom mic. Yeah. Be about $500. I think I should give that a shot. I mean, I just bought these Tascam. Oh, it's a Tascam DR10L. That's the kind of camera I'm using. I mean, not camera, audio recorder. Sound has been one of my weak points for a long time. I need to get with that. So I'm doing this vlog, and I'm kind of, this is an experiment because I don't know exactly what it is I should do. You can do a vlog every day, and you can just talk and you have material. And apparently the algorithm on YouTube is set for like long form content. And if you get me started on the right subject, I'll talk for forever. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I do need to study Korean more, and I need to make something. I've got this idea about a guy who like has split personality. This is for a movie. The trouble with movies though is they always take forever to get together, whereas a vlog or something like this, you just talk and you can have material. Kind of at this point, I think, okay, if I could do something that would be successful and I could make money to help my family out, I'd do it with videos and stuff, and something that didn't violate kind of my morals and everything. And if I got to a place where I could make money off of this stuff and I could put more energy towards it, maybe then I could make movies. I don't know. As I've said before, this is an experiment. There are a bunch of ducks over there. I kind of wonder what they're eating. They're just pecking away at the ground. Doesn't seem anything apparent. This is a nice park in my backyard. If the weather wasn't so awful, I'd go over there. In fact, that's what I was intending to do. I was gonna go over to a park bench and do the vlog, but it was a bit messy, so I decided to just place this camera on a chair and sit on my back porch. I had some chips and queso today. It's pretty tasty. Cost about $4.32 at Taco Cabana. Kind of just burning time right here. And I think I'm going to change whatever I'm listening to. I've been listening to it for about half an hour. It's nice to see people getting engaged. Let's see. What should I listen to? Now let's see. I will do this. Da-da-da-da. All right. So what happens during my week? Mostly during my week, I've got Sunday, I go to church, and then I work at Chick-fil-A throughout the week. Wednesday, I have a Wednesday night prayer meeting. Usually get pizza from Little Caesars. Work on Friday, then I have a Friday service. I go to a leaders meeting that goes till about roughly 11:30 at night. And now I've got Saturdays off. Gosh, it's a bit dark. People are gonna think I'm from the DC universe. Let's see. Oh yeah, Saturdays I really don't know what to do, because it's one of the few days where I'm not waking up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I let myself sleep in, but I'm not 100% sure that I like that. Reason being because I wake up that late, and I guess like the serotonin or whatever, it gets into my brain and I just feel totally lethargic. I took maybe an hour nap when I got home from church, and it just felt really difficult to try to get myself back up. Heard something about the mold being the highest it's been in the air in forever. Not 100% sure how that'll affect me. I don't usually respond to allergies too badly. Let's see. I feel this sort of thing would work better with 2 people. And I'm not doing it inside just because my place is a wreck at the moment. And yeah, that's the last thing I want to do is show people that. I would love to have a nice set like on Joe Rogan or Dave Rubin. That'd be pretty cool. And I'm not sure how well a podcast on like one of these little lapel mics is, but we'll see. I'm always surprised by what people find entertaining. I don't think I'll do the quick jump cuts like a lot of people. That kind of peaked, I think, around 2010. Then again, Jordan Peterson doesn't do crazy jump cuts. His stuff is super popular, so who knows? It's funny, the other day, Friday night, or maybe it was Saturday. Anyway, I get a message sometime during the week, and it's like a friend of ours at church, his birthday. So we make a plan to go to his place, and Saturday was really busy. There's a friend at church who I helped move. I thought it was going to be a big all-day thing, but apparently she was just moving within the complex, and that was super easy. And there was a surplus of pizza because everybody bought pizza to this thing, but nobody knew that everybody brought pizza. So I took home a whole box of pepperoni. Well, mostly whole. I think somebody ate like 3 slices. So anyway, what happens? Oh yeah. So I get done with that. I'm pretty tired. And I'm driving home and I get a call from my brother John. He says, "Hey, we're all going to meet at Grandma Judy's place to say hi to Uncle Chris." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'm going to that." And then what happens? Oh yeah, I go there and I think I took a 2-hour nap till 5. I leave at about 7 because it takes maybe 40 minutes to get over to our friend's place. And so we get to his apartment complex. So it's me and the rest of our friends, and we light a cake, we go up there, we knock on the door, and I think we made him and his mom think that we were like, I don't know, robbers or something, because we tried to surprise him and we covered like the eye hole on the door, and I think his mom was a bit concerned, but he finally figured it was us, and so we opened the door and sang happy birthday. And then afterwards we went and, when that was all done, we went to go grab dinner somewhere. And it was this sort of hole in the wall place. Like, really. Like, we're driving on the access road, and then Google said, take this lane. And so I take the lane, and then I drive further. We drive past a market, and I'm like, oh, that kind of looks like the place. Let's see. Oops, adjusting the lighting. So, Google says to drive past this place. I think I'm getting bit by bugs. Oh well. So, we do that. Wait a minute. Bugs. Oh, so I drive past the market, and it just feels like I'm driving into a neighborhood. I'm like, this is how horror movies start. And so I keep driving, and then there's this little restaurant at the end of like an intersection. I mean, it's practically in a neighborhood, and like, oh, I would never have known that this place existed if I hadn't been told about it. So anyway, and it's like maybe 40 minutes before they close. And yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, my friends know that I don't do too well with like spicy things, and I'm a picky eater, so I just got like, I think, lemon chicken. Yeah, got that. And then we drove back to a friend's apartment. We had like some cake there and some tea, and yeah, goofed around, took pictures and stuff, and it was a good Saturday. A really busy one, but it was a good Saturday. I kind of wonder how much I could do. It's the pause. Okay. Didn't do autoplay like it was supposed to. I kind of can't help but think, let's see. I'm always wondering how I should be spending my Saturdays, because I have a lot of free time now, and there's a lot I could get done. I'm kind of contemplating, I wonder how often I would upload content. If I uploaded a lot on YouTube and it was long footage, would the algorithm work for me or against me? Not 100% sure. And I'm not sure that I would have like a whole bunch of crazy things to talk about. Or who knows, maybe I'd be one of those things like Garfield, where it's basically just comfort food. I don't know. If I was like the Garfield of podcasting, well, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. As long as I could be entertaining and make a living off of it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure somebody would find this interesting. I'm sure my family would get a kick out of this. I don't know why I just do stuff which I'm not even trying to be funny and they crack up. Or maybe that's just everyone's family. If I got made fun of on SNL, that would kind of be the sign that I'd made it. Get Bill Hader to do an impression of me, or Andy Samberg. That'd be a riot. A laugh riot. So, I don't know, it's funny, like, let's see, I'm checking the audio. Oh, still good. Oh, wow. I've already been talking for 24 minutes. That went by a lot quicker than I expected. Oops, I've tangled the cords. But anyway. So, it's funny, anytime I come up with a project, there's kind of this like, I'm not sure I want to, but I always kind of have to make myself do it. I mean, that's how it's been with the last couple of them. But they just take so much time and effort. But then again, I won't know if I don't try. Maybe I kind of feel like I ought to do how often I can do podcasts versus how often I can do short films, and how little it takes to pull the resources to do podcasts as opposed to a film. It's kind of incentivizing for me to switch to podcasts. Who knows, maybe if I do enough of them throughout the week, I'd be able to, I don't know, build traction. I'm not sure. Again, this is an experiment. We'll see how this works. It's funny, like, I remember I used to have this big hang up about, oh, I have to be the next Christopher Nolan or Quentin Tarantino. But when I started going to this church that I'm going to, it's like, I don't know that I necessarily have to have that. It's kind of like, I kind of had this big trauma when I was like 14, which made me feel like I had to become famous and everything. And, I had to do that to validate myself. I'm kind of feeling less that way nowadays. And I think that has, like I said before, largely to do with the church I go to. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe all I really needed before was like community and stuff. I think I do want to make a film because it's so cool when you can do that and say, yeah, I made this. And it takes so much effort. I also want to try to do podcasting. I want to really get good at studying Korean because my church is a Korean church and everybody is like astoundingly accommodating towards me. And like, I kind of need to step it up so that like I'm not always asking for a translator. I've got to get better at that. I wonder what music I'm going to put in the background of this video. I was thinking something energetic, or I definitely want to do classical as well. I know a lot of people don't do that these days, but who knows. YouTube is pretty generous in their creators library. What's the battery life at? 79%. I think for the longest time, I didn't want to do YouTube stuff because I figured I had to be like, this is 2000, I was kind of stuck in the mindset of 2010 where it was jump cuts, jump cuts, jump cuts, and you had to be super energetic, super high energy, and every video started off with, hey, what's up guys? I don't think that's going to be me. And I know how to be successful in YouTube starts off with, be yourself, but that's not necessarily a guarantee to success. But who knows? If there's somebody who likes what I do, like I said before, stranger things have gotten attention. The ducks are kind of just walking around in the water. It's a really nice sky at this time. I don't know if y'all can see that. These little in-between moments are nice. And you're not sort of rushed to do anything, really. You just get to sit and be still. But at the same time, there's some moments like this where you feel anxious, like, oh, I should be doing something. And maybe, but I don't really feel that way right now. Maybe it's because I am doing something, but at the same time it doesn't feel like I'm doing something. It feels like I'm just sitting and talking. I feel like I got a message from somebody, but I'm not sure I did. Let's see. What's going on in Cacao Talk? Let's see. Anyway, it's funny, like a week ago I tried to do, last Monday I tried to do fasting, and I lasted until like 10:30 at night. I was able to, what was I able to do? Let's see, last Sunday, I kind of pigged out. I got something from Taco Bell and then Baskin Robbins. And then I think I even went to Taco Cabana and got chips and queso. And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna fast this whole week. And I lasted till 10:30 on Monday night. But I think even going that long kind of helped me. It helped kind of change my system. And I think I want to try to do that. I feel it would be a good thing of discipline if I learn to fast. Like there's some days where I'm guaranteed that, I know there'll be like a big public meal. Like on Wednesday, I usually have pizza at church. I hope any ants didn't get my shoes. Anyway, there's that. And Sunday, Friday morning I have breakfast at this Mexican place. I wonder what it would do for my discipline. Probably be enormous if I were to just say no to like impulses. I kind of can't help but feel that one of the problems with society is like we don't hesitate to gratify our impulses. I can't help but wonder if that's why a lot of people are in debt and do silly things. I know that one of my personal vices is that I eat out too much, so definitely it would help in that. And I would slim down, so it would make me more attractive. And the sky does look nice. I've said that before. So I think I'm going to try to do that again tomorrow. And this time I'm going to try to not falter in the evening, I will try to... I'm going to make an effort to fast Monday and Tuesday, and then I'll break that on Wednesday. And maybe try to fast Thursday and have breakfast on Friday. I think it'd be a good exercise in self-discipline. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, Friday, I'm going out of town to Oklahoma. There's going to be like some sort of Native American festival in Oklahoma my mom wants to go to. Well, let's see. How long have we been doing this? Okay, going on 35 minutes now. So, I'm kind of shooting for an hour. Let's see. I feel maybe... So I'm just going off the cuff on this first video. I'm thinking maybe for the future, maybe I'll do a run through of the material, and that way the second time around, it'll be kind of like, you know, have a bit more kick to it. But also I think I'll have to get people who, I feel these sorts of videos are easier when you've got somebody to trade barbs with. So, let's see, make videos, study Korean. I'm kind of between doing like sort of the David Dobrik and like Joe Rogan stuff. I don't know that I could get into as crazy antics as David Dobrik. I could really see myself just sitting and talking like Joe Rogan. And then there's this guy called the Korean Englishman. His videos are always interesting to watch. I probably could have hit up some of my friends today and gotten them to do this. Would have been entertaining. So, well, I'm kind of running out of stuff to talk about, but I want to make that hour. So, oh, Venom is coming out. That movie with Tom Hardy. I wonder how that's going to be. I think it's going to be good. Tom Hart, yeah, he seems like the right dude for the role. It's funny, like last week we had this event for the college students at my church. My church's college group is called BASIC. It stands for Brothers and Sisters in Christ. And I used to think it was some sort of allusion to like the military, like you go through basic training, you know, because San Antonio is like a military city, and you know, young adults, basic, like preparing you for life and stuff. I thought it was way more intricate than it actually was. So anyway, yeah, we have this event once a year in like early September. It's like an open house. Call it Nolowa. We have food, games, a sermon. It lasts about 3 hours. So I did kind of a highlight video of the stuff that happened there. And I've been doing these videos for 2015, 2016, 2017, and this year, 2018. And this was the second longest it took me to do a video. This year, it took me till 5 in the morning to get it done. But to my discredit, I wasn't sure how it took me about 2 hours getting home to realize, okay, just go through the video and start to clip away at the things you don't like and keep the moments that you do like. And that really made a huge difference. I think there's something to be said of, like, it's kind of like what the Oracle said in The Matrix Reloaded. The first way to get somewhere is to get there. And it's always that first cut. Always that first, okay, I'm going to delete this bit of footage. And then things start happening. But it's funny, like, my brain doesn't get into that editing mode of, because I had about 2 hours and 47 minutes worth of footage to go through, and my brain didn't really go into that super fast editing mode until about, I want to say somewhere around 12:30, but it really didn't hit it till like 1 o'clock in the morning. And even then I wasn't making huge progress. I think because of how much footage, sometimes my software would crash, and there might have been at least one instance where I had to restart my computer, and there were some times when I'm just like, and so I laid down on the floor, and then I got back up and did it, and I had a couple servings of pre-workout to get me through, and I had the video done at 5 in the morning, and I felt accomplished. There's something really exciting that, like, about the idea of you can record that much footage and you can find the core of what that whole evening is about and distill it into 3 minutes. I kind of feel like I'd like to do more of that on a regular basis, but I don't have enough events. And I know I could probably do weddings and stuff, but I want it to be like events like I throw together. Let's see. So that was a success, and normally we try to cater, because we're a Korean church, towards Korean students, but we got like a lot of foreigners this time around. We got a lot of Chinese and Vietnamese students come to our event, and that was cool. We're a church called All Nations, so we welcome everybody. I mean, I've been there for 4 years, so let's see. What else is happening? Oh, we've got the Mo Ranch coming up. Another thing we do once a year is we go to this place that's about maybe 90 minutes away from San Antonio. There's this area called Mo Ranch, and we rent a cabin and we have like a weekend retreat where we study the Bible and hang out, and I videoed that as well. I think I usually have about 3 or 5 hours worth of footage for that thing, and I give myself more leeway with that one. I'll take a week to make it. One year I tried to edit it in an evening, and that didn't turn out well. It was a good video, but it wasn't my strongest work. I was trying to use part of a stabilizer, and it made things shaky, ironically. So anyway, yeah, we've got that coming up. And then there's an end of the year Christmas party where we have like a retrospective video of the year. And it's been a crazy year. So anyway, that'll be something to look forward to. I did a retrospective video last year, and our college group president, it wound up making him cry because he was so moved by it. I feel like if I can make this year's president cry, then I'll have succeeded. Crying out of happiness. Yeah. Anyway, so tomorrow is a 10-hour shift. This has been surprisingly helpful. I was doing stuff before, like months ago, where I would do Facebook Live videos, and I would just chat away. And this is also helpful. It's kind of like, almost like writing. Oh shoot, there's a hornet over there. I hope he doesn't come over here. But if he does, maybe I'll cut my session short. Lighting is going. Oh, now I'm a carrot. I look orange. Let's see. Yeah. I feel like I need to do something that'll make me successful. And successful meaning something that I can enjoy but also take care of my family. Let's see, in about 12 or so years, my dad, I think, let's see, born in 61, it's 2018, he's 57. In 13 years, my dad is going to be 70. That's so crazy. It's crazy because I can remember him being 30 and having a rock band, and then him going and getting his hair cut so he'd have better prospects at getting a better job. And that was like a thing. It's like, whoa, he cut his hair. And he's gonna be 70 in 13 years. The year is almost over, so it's more like 12. And 12 years is not long ago. I'm thinking 12 years ago, it's like, that went by pretty quick. And I'm guessing 12 years in the future is gonna fly by. So, wow, that's gonna be something. So, I need to do something cool. I need to do something so, yeah, that I enjoy doing and that I can do to help support my family and stuff. If I can do both of those without compromising my morals and everything, I think that's pretty much ideal. That wasp is getting closer but hasn't encroached upon my territory. Oh well. Maybe he'll be part of the vlog. I don't think I could put a lav mic on him. It's probably crush him. Oh, that's juvenile. Let's see, I got a message. Let's see, who's this from? Let's see. Oh yeah, I already did that. Let's see. Yeah, I've heard that Instagram has this thing called IGTV. I might experiment with that, but for right now I'm doing YouTube. Let's see. Oh, no, that's not him. But yeah, so anyway, ha 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 ha. Anyway, This is so true. Oh, probably can't see it. I don't know if it's on autofocus. But anyway, it's a guy trudging through like a forest, and it says, "How we'll be cutting our lawns after this week." It's probably funnier if you see it than me telling you about it. So anyway, I think I'm gonna keep doing this stuff. Because these vlogs are kind of like, it's one of those things where you do something and you get a hit of dopamine in your brain, but it isn't just like scrolling aimlessly through your phone like I'm doing right now. But anyway, I think there's enough of that going on. I've given serious thought to ditching my smartphone and getting a old school flip phone, because one of the things I've noticed is I leave my phone in the back of work, and then time seems to go by so much quicker when I'm not distracted with my phone constantly pulling it out. Another thing why I want to skip naps after morning service is, that serotonin, it just slows me down so much. I have to take so much caffeine to get myself going again. And I wonder what the time is now. Oh wow, 52. So things have gotten even better. I'm starting to wonder if I shouldn't, I was almost wondering if I shouldn't just talk for half an hour and then record. But I feel one of the things that makes me talk is that it's recording. So, but I'm surprised how long this has gone on for. So what is my channel going to be like? Well, one of the things that I've always liked about Joe Rogan's podcasts are that they can be about anything. So I kind of want to go in that direction. So what is my life? My life is, I live in San Antonio. Let's see. I live in San Antonio. I make movies. I study Korean. I go to church. And I always used to want to be like the next Quentin Tarantino or Chris Nolan. But I don't feel like that's an imperative that I have to abide by now. I think I've said it before, if I can just do something creative and help take care of my family, especially if, something unfortunate happened to me, then that'd be cool. I'm single, by the way. By family, I mean mom, dad, brothers, sisters, and and I'm kind of one of those I guess I'm old-fashioned in that way of I kind of think, I want to be competent. I don't want to be some schlub man-child who's not contributing. So it'd be really cool if, this becomes a thing and podcasts start taking off and something's able to happen. That would be super cool. I know it'll probably take time, but I'm able to push myself. I remember years ago I used to walk to work, and I did this for a couple years, even when it was hot in the summer, and I live in Texas, and I'd walk there 90 minutes and then I'd do a 6-hour shift, sometimes an 8 or 9 hour shift. So I think I could do a lot of these. I could probably do a lot of these in a week Like, I feel confident about that. And I know there are a lot of shows, like podcasts, where they'll do maybe 26 in a year or something. And yeah, so, oh gosh, I'm super orange now, and the background is super dark. I feel like I've stepped into a Guillermo del Toro film. Huh? Wow. According to this post, Mr. Brightside has spent over 200 weeks in the top 100. That's going to be an article I'm going to have to look up on. I definitely think for future videos, I want to have people here to talk with. Let's see. I'm definitely gonna have to save that. Let's see, where's it at? Oh yeah. And save link. So I think. I wonder who would be interesting to have on this, or what I know that I wanted to really talk about Marvel versus DC. I kind of started this video off hinting at that, but yeah, I think that'll be the next one. And let's see. For sure, that is going to be like a future thing. I think my videos are basically just be me talking about the things I'm into, church, Korea, making movies, those sorts of things. And if I have a guest on, definitely that's gonna come into play. And maybe the next time I do this, the video won't be me placing the camera on a chair on a table. This has been fun, and yeah. So, let's see. I need to read a book. I haven't read a book in a while. I did start to read that Jordan Peterson book, 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos. I got through most of it. I still need to go finish that. And, well, I'm pretty much done. So, yeah, it's getting dark. I guess I should have started this off earlier, but this has been my experiment with long form content. So